Screen is visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, we are going for the unit 2, that is study of machine element. The sub point under this chapter is a welded joint. So today we are looking at the welded joints. In that, as a machine drawing point of view, we are looking for the different terminologies, terms related to the welding joints, right? As a drawing point of view, there are different symbols, how we are showing that symbol on a drawing, and their applications. So these are the some basic informations we are studying here itself, right? So we will see one by one. So what is in that one? So first of all, what is meant by welding joints? So whenever that the welding comes in our mind, so we should know that what is meant by the welding joints. As in the beginning of these chapters, we studied that the different methodologies to join that the different components. So this is the one of the method to join that the different components. So as we know that the definition, so welding is an effective method of making a permanent joint between two or more metal parts. As we seen in previous some lectures, if we wanted to go for the temporary kind of the joint, at that time we are either using that the nut bolt kind of the joints or screw we are using, right? In that case, the two parts are get definitely joined, but later on we can disassemble also, we can remove very easily their locking arrangement and that all the things we already studied, right? Another one method is the riveting, to join that the two different metal parts. But in case of the riveting, right, it is a costlier method, right? It is a definitely permanent joint, but it will take that the some machining processes, different machining processes. Yes. So apart from that, this is the welding is the one of the easiest method to join that the two different parts, and we can very easily move that welding machine from one station to other or directly on a field. In case of the riveting, it is very difficult to go to the field and join that the two metal parts. That's why in a industry, particularly sheet metal industry, so the welding is the very important part of the your process, right? So as we know that this is a very important part of the your process, so how we can how we should mention in our drawing. So particularly weldings joints are used for to join that the two different cast iron materials, then the steel, they are steel alloys, then the brass and the copper. So these are the different metals we can join. Right? As we know that the welding joints, okay, okay. We know that the definition of welding to join that the two part permanently. But which are the different basic terminology in the your welding joints? So these are the some basic terminologies which we are going to be discuss here itself. Which are these are terminologies? Right here in the figure, we'll show that the two welds. One is the butt weld and another one is the fillet weld. Yeah? These are the very common weld types. In the figure, first that is a butt weld. It shows that the different terms, as we are talking about these two plate, this is your first plate, and this is another plate is going to be joined to each other. See here, right? If you are going to be observed here itself, it is going to be joined. Then how we can join it? Only simply do that the weld and the join it. It's not work, right? Their strength should be the very important. While the working, it should not very easily break down. So that's why some arrangement it is a given. If you are going to be observed that the first plate, see here, right? So here it is a given the shape should be the like this. V kind of the shape they are given here itself. V shape, right? And on the second plate also some portion is get removed and they are given that the space, and in this space itself they are giving that they are welding rods. They are filling the material to join these two plates. So this is the weld phase. We are calling this is a weld phase, and whatever that the hatching portion shown is nothing but that the filled material. What it does, that filled material, it holds the two plates, this plate number one and the plate number two. So this is the base plate we are showing here itself, and on the lower side here itself they are mentioned the root face. See here, they are mentioned here. It is completely from the upper surface to the lower surface. They are not given that the slope shape, but here some space is kept as it is vertically. We are calling it as a root face. So the root openings they are shown here itself, right? We are calling that is a root opening, and whatever that angle it is a mentioned, this angle we are calling that the groove or included angle. And with normal or with vertical line, that one first plate, whatever that the slope it is given, we are calling it as a bevel angle on the both side. The fusion zone, here it is shown that the fusion zone. So this is the your fusion zone. Fusion means what? The material it get melted, fused there itself, and they are it makes that the composite or the robust structure there itself, and the two plates are get joined. So this is a kind of the butt weld. Butt means what? In front of each other. The plates are the facing to each other, and the some groove is takes place. We kind of the groove or that the some shape it is given, so that the welded material or that the rod is get fused there itself, or that it holds the material. Right. So this is the your butt weld. Now we are going towards that the fillet weld. What is meant by the fillet weld? So it is nothing but that the two vertical plates. One is the horizontal plate. See this one. The first is the your horizontal, and this vertical another one plate is we are joining to each other. How we can join? One method is the you are nut bolting. Another one is the you are riveting. Separately material provided and the do that the whole and that all the process. And the third one is the what? That is the permanent one. This is also similar to the riveting, but the welding should be there. What it does? Here it is in the 90-degree. The dotted lines we are showing here itself. Right. So the fusion zone should be there, and this is the your hatching portion. This hatched portion, it is nothing but that the weld. That whatever that the rod we are given, and it get uh, diffused or fusion it takes place. It get melted, and it holds that these are two vertical plate and the horizontal plate to each other. Right. So the weld size we are showing here itself. From here to the here, it is a weld size we are showing. From this point to this point, it is given that the throat, we are calling throat. This is the your root, where that the vertical plate and the horizontal plate are meet to each other. This point is nothing but that the root. Then we are calling it is upper end toe. Lower end also we are calling that the toe. Then the fusion zone, where that the welding is takes place. That material is nothing but that the fusion zone. The weld face, here we are showing that the weld face, then the weld size, and the leg. So this distance we are calling this horizontal distance, and this is your width, weld size, vertical, and the thickness of the plate it is given here itself. Right? So these are the fillet weld and the butt weld. We are introduced with these two welds in front of the U. So if we wanted to be see that the next one by one, so try to remember these all the things. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we will go towards that the next slide. See, these are the some types of weld or the joints, welded joints we can say. Right? So which are the different types? Here it is given according to their position. Right, as other different elements types we are not looking that 1 2 3 4, but where it does, where that the joint is takes place. right, कुठं जॉईंट आपण केलेलं आहे, त्याला वेल्डिंग कुठं केलेलं आहे, According to that, the types are it get classified. If we are going to be see that the first one, that is the corner joint. See here where it takes place, this vertical plate and the horizontal plate and the vertical plate, it get joined at corner. So that's why we are calling it as a corner joint. If we are going to be say that the lap joint, this is a lap joint, right? It means that what this plate and the first plate and the second plate are overlapped. It get lapped to each other, and we are joining to each other here itself and here. Both are the same lap joint, right? And the triangular portion we are showing. If you are going to be observe this one, see this triangle, or we can say that the such a kind of the triangles it get provided, right? Now another one, that the T joint, right? Here it is a T joint. It is a look like a T joint. This one, these vertical plates are joined to the horizontal plate. This one, so we are calling it is a T joint. On the both side we are showing here itself. This one and this one, right? So this is the T joint. Now the edge joint. Here it is. Edge means what? At these two plates are get joined here itself, or we can say that this one. Yes. So at the edge, in the top view itself, we can show that the very easily this one. So the edge joint we are calling this, and the last one is the you are a butt joint. Butt means what? The two plates front to each other, facing. So they are joining. Here it is some portion. See, if we are showing that the like this, the two plates, but if you are calling that, so why the slope is takes place? Suppose if we are not taken that the slope, in that case, the material will not get filled inside this one. Only the joint should be the here itself or up to the half portion. So the strength it get decreases here itself, and the that joint should be the weak. To avoid these things, what we are going to be do? So this kind of the shape takes place. We and the material is get filled here itself. So that's why we are calling it as a butt joint. Again, the different types according to their position, it get divided. We can that also see one by one. So these are the some basic types of the joints according to their position. I hope so that you are getting that all the idea regarding the welded joints. Now, the position. In a drawing, how we can show it this one? Yes. See that whenever you are trying to do that the drawings, or you are making that any kind of the drawing, so at that time you need to, as a design engineer, you need to mention all the things in your drawing. Whenever you are drawing, जेव्हा केव्हा तुम्ही drawing काढत आहात as an engineer, yes. So at that time you should know that how to represent the welding, because तुमचं जे काही drawing आहे, right, it gives to that somebody else, those who are working in the shop, on the shop floor, in industry. Maybe you are in the other industry and you are drawing. With the help of your drawing, somebody is making that component actually, right? So at that time, that a person should know that the all the symbols, whatever you are mentioned, right? These are these some standard we are following, right? So according to that, the BS standard or IS standard, that all the symbols it is a given. So we will see that the position of a weld symbol on a drawing, right? What we are calling to this one. So it is a very important, right? So see that how we are going to be show that the symbols. So we are calling this is a leader line. This one. So whatever we are showing this line, it is nothing but the leader line. ह्याला आपण काय म्हणतोय? Leader line, and this is your arrow, right? This is a very important part. Arrow. Now the weld symbol we are given here itself, not a square, rectangle. This is not the symbol. Actually, the position it is given on this reference line. This is a reference line, right? On this reference line, here itself, the position of your symbol. Which are the different symbols we will see in the next slides. राईट. कुठले कुठले सिम्बॉल आहेत आपण ते बघूयात. बट वेअर इट इज kept on a drawing, so the reference line, it is a given leader line like this, and above this reference line we are showing that this weld symbol. So the below, this is a dash line. Here it is given. Actually, this is the European countries are the following these things, right? But in the Indian or Asian countries, this dashed line we are not following, or it is not the common practice, right? So the welding symbols we are showing here, and this is the your tail. Maybe it is shown or maybe not, depends upon that the details. Yes. So these are the some uh, positions of weld symbol on a drawing. So we will see these things. Again, in the next slide, there is a one figure again. I am trying to show you that the position. So here, the reference line. Again, this is your reference line. This is a tail. This is a leader line. This is the arrow, right? And this is your component where that the welding is takes place. This vertical plate and the horizontal plates are get joined to each other. And where it does that the welding, so this portion, right? So we are showing with the help of this one key, how much that the depth, how much that the their width, then the size of the weld, which type of the weld is there, right? Everything is mentioned with the help of a drawing. So the weld symbol should be the here below the reference line, right? So above the reference line and sometimes below also we are showing. But try to remember that where it is. On the both side of a reference line, the welding symbols are the given along with that the arrow and leader line. Try to understand these things, right? पुढे आपण सिम्बॉल्स वापरतोय. बिल्डिंग सिम्बॉल्स कशा पद्धतीनं देतोय, तर लीडर लाईन दाखवलेली जाते, ॲरो असतो तिथं, अँड रेफरन्स लाईन ऑल्सो इट इज अ गिवन. अँड व्हॉट इट डज दॅट द ऑन द बोथ साइड ऑफ अ रेफरन्स लाईन वी आर गिवन दॅट द व्हॅल्यूज अँड द सिम्बॉल्स. काय व्हॅल्यूज आहेत, कशा पद्धतीने द्यायचे, कुठले सिम्बॉल आहेत, ते आपण पुढे बघूयात वन बाय वन. येस. So this is a very important part. So where we should give, see that there is a some basic elementary symbols. This is a very important. हे काय आहेत, बेसिक elementary symbols are there. Yes. So one is the elementary symbols and another one table should be there. Right? So this table you need to draw it in your drawing book compulsorily as well as on a drawing sheet. So you should get familiar with this. Right? हे काढणं खूप गरजेचं आहे. What it is a given in this elementary welding symbol. This is according to the IS standard it is given. IS means what? Indian standard, or BIS, Bureau of Indian Standard. Both are the organizations, right? So according to that value or that BIS standard, this table is get formed. This is a universal standard. All industry persons, all mechanical design engineers, all welders should know these things, right? This is a language of our machine drawing, and we should know that the what is the language, what is the symbolical language. So here in this table, so the first column it is given that the serial number, then uh, designation, illustration, how it will be the look like 3D figure, and the symbolic representation. This is a very important. In examination, possibly for 2 marks, they will ask you that these all the 10, 12 symbols of your welding according to their positions. What it is given, number one, काय दिलेलं आहे आपण बघूया. Designation मध्ये बघूया, right? So read, try to read that the first one, everybody. So you should zoom out. So the butt weld designation, butt weld between plate with raised edge. This is very important. In a bracket, the raised edge being melted down completely. What it is given? The butt weld. Butt means what? The two plates in front of each other. And to increase the their strength, it is given that the raised edge means what? This illustration, the figure will show that this is your raised edge. हे वरती आलेला पोर्शन आहे थोडासा. Why it is given? To hold the material, it get melt here itself. When you start to welding process, the heat is get generated, the temperature should be the more than 500 degrees Celsius. Yes, or maybe the 1000 degrees Celsius. It means that this material is get welded, melt here itself, and this material and your welding rod, it get fused to each other. The fusion is takes place. All the materials are get welded, and here itself the cavity already we are created, right? And the material is poured inside that the cavity, and these two plates are get hold to each other. Yes. So this is a butt weld between the plates with a raised edge. And the symbol should be the what? What? This is the symbol it is given. The raised edge, they are showing the raised edge like this. हे वरती raise केलेल्या ज्या काही edge आहेत ना, they are showing here itself. The symbol should be the lines. So you should know that. So this is your first welding symbol. That is a your butt weld between the two plates with a raised edge. Suppose by tomorrow you are facing that the one of the interview, and that the production company should be there. Production company. At that time they are showing in your interview. They will ask you that this symbol. What is this symbol? What it indicates? So at that time you should know that what it is the meaning of this one. This is symbol. Yes. Now we will go towards that the second. Square butt weld. Remember that butt weld means what? The two plates are joined to each other in front of each other. Yes, the square butt. Square means the shape should be the this one shape. See the shape, how it will be the look like. It is a square kind of the right. Definitely there is some curvature portion here, but if you are going to be neglect this one is a very small one. So the actual shape should be the square look like it. That's why we are calling square shape this one. Yes, and throughout this plate we are joining. This is the 3D figure. If sometimes in examination asked elaborate or draw the square but weld. So at that time it is expected for a 1 mark you should draw this one, and for the another 1 mark you should draw the symbol, right? So this is your square. The two lines we are showing here itself, right? So this is the symbol of a butt weld, square butt weld. Now the third one, single V butt weld. The name itself V, single V. They are given the single V here itself. See, V shape here itself. The V shape it is given. That's why we are calling these two plates are joined to each other, and at the end of the surface, it get tapered, or the slope should be there. It's a slope दिलेला आहे for a first plate and the second plate here itself, and the fusion is takes place in between these are two plates. Whatever the space it is given, and your welded rod is get poured inside this one due to the fusion, and the heat is get generated, and the symbol should be the V, single V. Yes. Now the single bevel butt weld. Yes. So here it is given that the bevel means one surface. This is the first plate, second plate. The first plate surface should be the flat, vertical, and the another surface of the second plate is the sloped here itself. The figure will show that this is vertical line and this is the slope, so that the material is get filled inside this one, that welding rod material, and this surface is get hold and this surface is get folded, right? The vertical surface and the sloped surface will hold that the material, and it takes place that the welding is takes place. Now we will say that the another one. Next slide. See here. Another some elementary welding symbols. What it is given in this elementary welding symbols. Yes. Fifth number. The designation. Try to read this designation. Single V butt weld with broad root face. Face should be the uh, broad. Means definitely it is a V shape. These are the two plates. V shape here itself. But that V shape should not be the at the end, up to the end of the other surface. So somewhere middle here itself, half अर्ध्यापर्यंत तो slope आहे and then vertical. It means that the plate should be the like this. First plate and the second plate should be the like this. I'm just trying to draw that the front view of a two plate. This one. And here itself the welding is takes place as shown here itself. Yes, two plates are joined to each other, but how it gets joined up? V shape with broader root face, and the symbolic representation should be the like this Y, right? This is a V shape, and whatever that the broader root face we are showing here itself, that vertical line. So this is your fifth number. Now the sixth number, single bevel butt weld with broad root face. Single bevel. Again, once again, same. One plate vertical surface, another plate having that this root and the V shape. Both the things are given for the another plate. These the two plates are joined, but the shape should be the like this. See that it depends upon that the designer or who created this drawing, right? कशा पद्धतीची वेल्डिंग द्यायची आहे, who decided? So according to their application and the strength requirement, किती strength हवी आहे, every welding types having that the different strength. Whenever that the material is get more contact to each other, that the strength is get increases. Simple. Yes. So according to that, this we preferring that the welding symbols. Right. See that the shape should be the one is the vertical line, the first plate, and another one is the your this is a slope up to the half portion of a width. See here we are showing. So this is your single bevel butt weld with broad root face. And the seventh one is your single U-butt weld for uh, what it is given, sloping slides on the both side, right? So parallel or sloping sides we can say. It means that these two sides are parallel here itself, this one and this one. These are the two plates, and sh- shape should not be the V, right? It is a sloping slope they are given, right? And again the root face they are given. So we are calling it as a single U butt. U kind of the shape they are given. Instead of V, they are given the U shape. That's why we are calling it as a U, a single U butt weld, parallel or sloping slides. Yes. So these are the some welding symbols. Another also some symbols are there, but that all the symbols we will see in a tomorrow's lecture. Is it okay, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Another symbols also be there. So it is a very important that we should know that all the symbols and learn that how to represent on a drawing. So it is a very important.